Hello and good morning. Peace, greetings, everybody. This is our weekly session, and we have been doing this for more than, I think, almost 45 weeks now. Every Sunday morning, we meet you with amazing informations, tools, techniques, tips, and most importantly, heartful global peace leaders across the world. And we are so happy to welcome you, the guests, today, Hannelore. Welcome, Hannah.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you again, Azeeza. Very excited.
Yes, Hannah. I'm so happy that I was able to connect with you after what? How many years is that?
It was in 2005.
Yes, it is really, really long ago. And it is wonderful that we were able to connect back on Facebook. And now we are here to communicate with our audience today. Hannelore, my dear friends, she is an inspirational storyteller, author, motivational speaker, intuitive counselor, and ordained interfaith minister. She's the founder of the Windows to the Soul platform and the Academy for Applied Intuitive Studies. I know Hannelore as the Dolphin Lady, and many know her as Dolphin Lady. And for all our friends of Go Global Business School, everybody who have known me for doing my alignment work, I have spoken about the lady who swims with dolphins and brings us back to alignment. And dear friends, this is the lady. I'm so happy that I'm able to introduce her today. And she is doing amazing work as a spiritual leader. She enjoyed international success as the CEO of her own film industry marketing agency. She credits much of her success as an entrepreneur to the intuitiveness. So today, with more than 20 years of experience, she has offered empowering seminars, transformational workshops, and communing with non-captive dolphins retreats in Hawaii. Remember, I told you she loves to swim in Hawaii with her in her retreats, right? And through her writing, and we're going to hear a little bit about it, she has been writing and teaching, and that empowers others by helping them to recognize and honor their potential and purpose so that they can manifest their greatest dreams and celebrate their authentic selves. Thank you so much. I'm going to talk about your books in a while. We will definitely share about that. Welcome, Hannelore.
Thank you. Thank you, Azeeza.
It is really wonderful. And I want to just start off the session by asking you the very, very important question that all the mentors and leaders have answered. And I want you to share with us, what is peace to you?
All right. Peace to me is an all-encompassing love and grace.
Okay.
It's a lightness of being. And it's a combined feeling of gentleness, a calm contentment, total bliss, joy, and it's absolutely an overflowing being just with gratitude, overflowing gratitude. Because I feel that gratitude is the foundation for joy and a successful life. And the more that you practice gratitude, the more it comes into you and the more at peace you are because you're in a higher vibration.
Yes. And is it true that peace is the highest form of vibration in the world?
Well, I believe that because it encompasses love and it encompasses bliss and joy. To be at peace is to be in the oneness with the all that is. You know, it's interesting because when I had given a talk many years ago on the subject of peace, I asked my grandchildren to let me know what they felt peace was to them, and it was so incredible. My granddaughter was 6 at the time, and so when I asked her, she just came right out of it, and she said, "Peace is silence and harmony."
Oh,
And I thought, well, that's a big word for a 6-year-old. And I said, well, what does harmony mean to you? And she replied, it means yoga and stuff. And I said, so why yoga? And she scrunched her eyes shut, and she put her arms up in the air, and she put her little fingers in the mudra position, and she just toned out harmony. And then she said,
oh,
and it's being alone in the forest. And then I asked my grandson, he was 11 at the time, and he immediately responded. And I feel he's such an ancient soul. And he responded by saying that peace is when everyone is equal and when there is balance and no war. And then he said, and it's when we can be grateful for what we have, and it's important to have peace in our life because it would be calming and stress-free. And then finally, I asked my third grandson, what does it mean to you? And he just said, peace is when there's no war and no conflict, and when everyone's happy, and when they experience happiness. And he said, peace is when there is nothing to be scared of, when it's a calm and a knowing that all is okay. I found that so remarkable because at that time I remember asking a lot of other people, but these 3 little guys were so eloquent in their response.
absolutely. It's so amazing to hear, and the kind of, clarity when children, these are our future generations, or they are our next generation of leaders.
Yeah.
And when they come out with such definitions, and I don't remember in our school days, I'm not, that we were taught about peace or we even spoke about it. So it is so enlightening to hear all these conversations and these versions of peace that is meant to take forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have been taking peace the way that we know. Now the next generations have their version that is even really, really enlightening.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So, and we're going to play the game. As I told you, it is the miracle game. And we play this game primarily as a way of looking at life and becoming more aware of signs that's available in the world. It's not like tarot card reading. We are playing the game primarily to ask ourselves what will be the discussion for our highest good as well as our audience. So it is like coming together to have this gamified ebook that was launched in 2013. This game book was launched in the Singapore National Library. It is a collation of many, many different thoughts that came to me during that time. And it was a very wonderful experience where I put together my aha moments. If you understand aha moments, all the experiences I was going through. And today so the book is in 3 parts. It's basically like taking a deep breath in, becoming grounded to be grounded, and then coming up with a number. So the number will decide what we will be discussing today. Primarily, it is also in the space of, when we look around, people are always getting answers. So here we are looking at what will be the topic of discussion and for the highest good of our audience today. So we need a number from you that will start the discussion, and this is how it looks like. The card.
All right. Well, I'm going to choose the number 8 because not only is that a prosperity number for me, but it's infinity. And when you lay it on its side, it's infinite.
That's right. Wonderful. Yes, the infinite number. Beautiful. So there is a quote here today, dear friends. This is the quote we're going to be discussing on. So do you want me to read it?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Make me into us. Make you into us. Make it us all the time. That is the only way to solving issues of the world. We can make the changes together. Only we can do it. So these quotes, sometimes I don't remember what situations or circumstances it came out, and it was just something that was channeled through me. And what have you got to say about it?
I believe it's very important to be in that place of oneness, absolutely, because it's like when we go into that state of gratitude, when we have and it's the inner aspect of being in that calm, and when we can attain that within ourselves, then we extend that out to our loved ones, to our family, to our friends. And we also extend that out then into our community and into the world. So for us to be in that place of oneness definitely is very empowering and important to be.
Yeah, and you know, this space of oneness has been the source for everything, right? So when we talk about solving the issues in the world or any situations in the world, what have you got to say about that? Many people say that who are we to solve situations and all of that? What have you got to say about that?
Well, I believe that individuated selves that we are bioenergetic beings, which means that every thought that we have reaches out to everyone else, and we take on other people's thoughts. So we're interwoven in that way. So when we can look at by understanding and helping ourselves, again, as I mentioned earlier, we will then be able to help others. So it's experiencing those moments when we're tested. It's experiencing, sometimes we have that dark night of the soul, or it might be, like what we're going through right now. It's been an incredible challenge for everyone on the planet. Not to be with loved ones, not to be able to live as we have lived at one time. It's they call it normal. I don't see anything normal about it. So it's giving us the opportunity to really go inward and look at how can we bring in that special gift that we have within ourselves. So every one of us is unique. Everyone is born with a specific gift.
Yes.
And as I'm looking at you, I notice your quote here: "Everyone is born a genius, but the process of living degeniuses them." And it is the process of living that it's not all wonderful and great every moment. So how can we get through those life storms? How can we access that? And I find for me, especially, it's to and I share this with others, is to, whenever possible, to go out into nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, this is the time we want to know a little bit more of your work with the dolphins, right? I know this is not possible right now, but you have been doing this for so many years. And can you share with us, that is about oneness? Like, if people think that we are all different parts, and then there is a certain thing that makes dolphins not be with us, and then you make it possible that we can come together. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the whole journey, I mean, my entire life changed because I was on my path. I had a very successful business in the film industry. It was incredibly financially lucrative, but I felt something was missing. And for a long time, I didn't know what that was until my spiritual path had opened up. And then I didn't have the courage to let go of my film business. And so what I ended up still doing both. And then it's like when we don't step forward into doing what we're meant to do, spirit steps in, threw a truck in my path, and I had a massive head injury. And that story led me to, because I lost everything. I lost my homes, I lost my business. And I was in a situation where I had an opportunity to go to Hawaii to attend an Alan Cohen retreat. And financially, I didn't have that ability to do that. And because I just knew so deeply inside that's where I was meant to be. It came together for me, and I did go to Hawaii. And there are so many synchronicities that occurred even prior to that happening. And when I attended the retreat, I met the fellow that co-facilitates with me at the Dolphin Retreat, known as Dolphin Dave. And we had gone to a bay called La Perouse in Maui, and we had it was a beautiful day, but the water was quite rough, and we went into the water and we were surrounded by a pod of dolphins. And prior to that, it wasn't even in my consciousness to have anything like that happen to me. And I had a solitary dolphin stay right by my side, and we had this deep eye-to-eye connection.
Oh my God.
And my whole being, I went into that total state of bliss. It was like this phenomenal bliss that I had never experienced in my life. And even speaking of it, I get goosebumps. And that was that complete utter state of calm, of all those things I just mentioned, of being in that total state of peace. There was no fear, there was nothing. It was simply being, and being one, not only with the dolphins, but also being one with the group of people that we were with. And I just knew that I wanted to share the experience. I'd never heard of a dolphin retreat before. And so I remembered looking for a place. I just knew I wanted to find a place that was right on the bay, a bay that the dolphins come into. And I didn't want to be in a hotel. I didn't want to travel to anywhere. And I just wanted a small group. And you know, we're faced with so many different tests, because that happened in 1999. So I spent 2000 doing a lot of research on dolphins and on etiquette, and you know, looking for caterers and planning this whole retreat. And I was going to do my first retreat in October of 2001. Well, September happened, September 2001. And so needless to say, that was canceled. And in hindsight, it was just as well, because that my father passed October the 7th, and I was by his side. And so, you know, it's like these waves, they come and they go, they're in and they're out. And so when I finally looked at the dates, it was better actually to do it in the spring, in February, March, and April, because the whales are there as well. And we've had many encounters with whales. So what I get such an incredible joy from is to be able to witness people coming to this retreat. Many that have come in a place of total grief. You know, one woman, her husband had died in his sleep, and she woke to him, you know, by her side in the morning. He was no longer alive. Many other different situations, and being so devastated. And, you know, I said, "You're coming." And they said, no, I don't want to be with people. And I said, "No, you need to be here." And magically, by the third day, it was just filled with laughter and joy. And by the end of the retreat, we do a community share. And I just feel my heart overwhelmed with joy and with tears, because I see the transformation of people that are coming with all the baggage and everything that they're carrying with them. And I see them in this total place of joy and bliss. And so that's when we can extend that experience and that oneness. And I've done these retreats now since 2003, every year since, and sometimes 3 in a year. And so there's a very large dolphin community, you know, of people that I connect with.
Wow.
And so it's been life-changing. And if I had any warning to say, to give to someone before coming, is that your life will never be the same. Because if you're in a job that you don't like, or in a relationship that's dysfunctional, you can't go back to just making do, to settling. You know there's something far greater, and there's a purpose that you're here to fulfill. And that's what occurs for so many people in their lives. Yeah.
You know, Hannelore, you know something, you just opened up the year that we met, and we were in Malaysia, and I was so blessed to have you, you know, share the room with you. You know what you just shared just now about looking at the dolphin? It's giving me, you know, we were sitting down and you're going through this process with me. Right now, as I sit with you here, I'm remembering the impact that was creating in me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows, and I talk a lot about you because when I decided that I want to walk this path with women and being in my space of I am enough and I don't need anyone to complete me, and coming from that power was all from that time when I did the session with you in Singapore, when you did the whole alignment program with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure how much you know what kind of impact he has created. For friends who are watching this, go to shinegoglobal.com. That's our organization. And Go Global Business School is the entity that kind of works out all this amazing work that we do with our team, in Asia. So it was something that we took on in a very serious way. And guess what? Last 1 year, we took on that journey you asked me to take on, to be with women. And you told me that it feels like, and definitely you did such a powerful thing with me, that my mission is with women. And when I decided and said, yes, I am in it. And for the last 1 year, we've been working amazing stuff with women. And I had to go through my learning experiences with women and get to where I am right now. And here I am with you, just walking my life purpose and getting stronger and much more clearer. I really want to take this opportunity to thank you. Thank you for creating that awareness in me, that clarity in me on that day. And those days we were together.
That's so wonderful. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
That warms my heart.
Yes, and you have sown a seed that is, just go check out what we do, friends, and you'll see what kind of impact has been created because of what HANNELORE was able to tune me to in so many years ago. I think it's almost like, 13, 14 years ago. Thank you once again. Thank you so much. As we come to the ending of this session, and I want to talk much more, we want to know about your book. I'm going to put up her link onto the chat box that people can go and visit and get to know about her work, follow her work, which is so amazing. I want to also ask you, you have written a couple of books. Oops, sorry, that was the light coming down. Something happened here. Okay. There were a couple of books you wrote, and you have been writing a lot. And some of your books, I'm going to say this out, the published books include Dolphins, Whales, and Magic Tales. I love that name. And Soul's Whispers. Oh, that's one name, right? Dolphins, Whales, and the Magic Tales.
Yeah, Dolphins, Whales, and Magical Tales is a tabletop. And what's lovely is it's a 6-year-old loves it and an 86-year-old loves it. And so it really is a lot of stories and experiences and facts and a lot of things. And that's a very different book from, this is part of my trilogy. It's called Your Soul's Whispers. And this is a journey of awakening. So it has a lot of details on how I came to be about doing the work that I do. I've actually written 8 books. I went on a writing frenzy. So they're all written and they're all lined up right now they're being edited. So it's going to be one after another coming out there.
Fantastic. And you have currently editing the 3rd book. You have written 8 now. So you have the magic of energy, chakras, auras, crystals, and sound. And wow, this is going so much. You want to share with us, what is it that you feel that our audience can take back? What do you feel that our audience can achieve, in experiencing peace in their life? What would you suggest?
Well, it's interesting because one of the things that when you asked me that, I thought of a passage that's in my book of Your Soul's Whispers. And that is to remind you that that you're not alone. And actually one of my beautiful quotes I love is from the Talmud, and it's, every blade of grass has an angel that bends over it and whispers, grow, grow, grow. So you're not alone. So within each of us, there's a seed planted at the core of our being, and how we water that seed is how we will realize its fruit and what we're going to experience in our life. So, for example, God's gift to you is your life, and what you choose to do with it is your gift to God. So the passage in my book is just reminding you that there is a magnificent divine force beyond this physical realm that is far greater than the rational mind easily comprehends. And when you slow down and listen to that inner voice, that whisper of your soul, and allow for and observe and honor the unfolding of these synchronous occurrences, you will truly witness the earthly manifestations of the all that is. And that's what we are a part of. We are a part of the all that is. And you will know that not one of us is alone, and that your life here has a purpose and is part of a grander scheme of the universe, as I had mentioned earlier. And I just want to invite the listeners to walk in beauty, to walk in peace, and to be love. And that's really, when we can find that peace within ourselves and listen to those inner voices, it's incredible how more and more comes through. And then the synchronicities that occur that keep guiding us and taking us to where we're meant to be.
I just love it that you talk about that thing about that the whole world is telling us that we're not alone and to grow. Oh my God, that is so powerful. And to just take a moment, friends, if you can just close your eyes and just for a couple of minutes, hear that voice. Just, even if you can't hear anything else, just hear the voice of HANNELORE telling us that word, grow, grow. And I feel like an expansion of our heart is possible. I'm feeling that so much because as we expand, because everybody's heart is contracting because we are in fear and we are not allowing ourselves to be supported, and we feel like we are all alone. And that's the thing, that what has created over the year, especially with all the situations in the world. Now, when we realize, like what you said, we are not alone and we are supported, all the beautiful people show up physically as much as we get stronger within, emotionally and internally. I think that is so powerful. And I want everybody who have missed this recording, if you didn't hear her and you just came in, I want you to rewind back and listen to her voice as she say the word. It's so powerful. Thank you so much, HANNELORE. So wonderful to connect with you. And really your sharings has been so much of joy and peace and bliss. You can say it all. I think that's so wonderful. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with today?
Really, it's just to remember how amazing you are. We're very hard on ourselves. I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't criticize themselves on some level. And what I want to just say, if you believe that you're anything less than divine perfection, and that includes your perfection of your perceived imperfections, then you're holding on to a false identity. So just remain that you're divine perfection. Remember that you're divine perfection, and allow the universe to unfold in front of you. Because when you're open, the universe will present you with infinite riches. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We have put in the link with HANNELORE's LinkedIn. You can connect with her there, and also her website, hannelore.ca. And we're so happy that we could, connect again. And we're going to see more of HANNELORE in our space for sure, with all her amazing work. And we really, really thank you for your time and your energy and your presence in our life. And I want to thank you once more, again and again. It will be forever, for the amazing work you do and the impact you've created in my life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So we'll keep in touch, and we definitely are going to see many more global peace leaders share the stage and also share their wisdom on peace. So till we meet again next week, stay blessed, stay divine, stay in your heart. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a peaceful, God bless. Bye, everyone.
Bye.